Hello, I'm Dave Orgill from Homestar Windows, and today we're going to demonstrate the proper way to install windows with a full stucco tear-out installation. A lot of people think that, stucco is water repellent. Why can't we just, cut the window out real clean and smooth? This is the nail fin on a window, and slide it in, cut this nail fin off, and just surgically remove that window. And we have several companies in Utah that are doing it this way, and by the time we're done with this video, I think you'll realize, hopefully, why it should not be done that way. If you have windows and you want to replace them, like this customer has aluminum windows, the old aluminum windows in here, they're going to remove those and put new windows in that are more energy efficient. How do we do that and still maintain our proper waterproofing on the house and also do it to code? First of all, you need to know how the windows were installed in the first place. They're installed with the nail fin onto the plywood. So your house is framed, they put plywood on the house, then you have a nail fin right here. This is nailed to the plywood, and then you have a water barrier system that's carefully wrapped. This one's all nicely pinned back, but it wraps carefully in a certain pattern over this nail fin and is sealed to the wall. Then your stucco comes in over the top of this. So they cut this back 6 inches, and they've carefully done it in such a way that they didn't cut this paper right here. It's real important that we don't cut this paper that goes all the way up under this stucco. And they've pinned it back for us real nice and clean so that we can remove this window, put the new window in, and go back in the same way. The alternative to this would be to not touch this at all and do a frame jump, which we have demonstrated in other videos. Anything in between does not meet code and will definitely not be waterproof in the long run. You'll get water down into these walls. Here's why. When you look at stucco, stucco is very porous. Just pretend you have sponges glued to your wall that absorb water. The water goes in through the stucco, it hits the paper, it drains down to the bottom, and then under here, we're going to do a little close-up for you. There's a weep screen in the bottom where that water then drips out to the ground. But water is running through this stucco, hitting the paper, and egresses out. So you can't just put in a window, cut this nail fin off, and slide a window on. For example, at the top, that water will land right on the top of the window. Behind anything you've caulked, that water will run, and eventually, all this plywood into your studs will get rotted out over an 8 to 10 year process. It'll take a little while, but it will happen eventually. So we're going to demonstrate the proper way that we do this from the extraction of this window. This has already been cut back. We're not going to show you that, but we're going to extract this window, put the new window in, and show you how we flash it and how we end up with a waterproof system. Okay, we're going to start on the very inside of this window. This is Joseph Orgill, and he's going to demonstrate the steps involved in this application.
Okay, so first off, the first thing you got to do is you got to cut away the old window from the drywall on the inside. So I'm going to do that.
Doesn't take much to separate that, does it?
Then, second thing you got to do is you got to eat a Twinkie. Then we're going to go outside. So our next step is to remove the window from the outside now that we've gotten the inside cut away pretty clean.
Notice how Joseph does a nice job prepping the opening, getting out all the nails and all the fasteners and making sure we have a nice clean surface to seal to when we come back with our flashing papers.
So now what we've got to do to protect this window from water is we've got to flash it. And the flashing we like to use, it's a tar paper and it's got a sticky backing. So most builders, I'll show you here. So it's a lot thicker. It's got a tar-like backing, and it's one of the best products out there to waterproof your openings. So now that we got our bottom flashed, the next step is we're going to put some caulk around the opening so that your window can attach to the house directly. The caulk that we use, it's a silicone caulk, and it's rated for exterior use. So now that we've got caulk all the way around the opening, we're going to set our window.
Okay. Riding over that pumpkin. Autographs to kids. Kids didn't have paper, so they wanted me to autograph their arms. I even had numerous teachers that had me do it. Autograph their arms.
So now that we got the window in and squared off and screwed off, we can now apply the flashing on the sides. So as you can see here, we have the flashing on the bottom. We set our window. Then we run our flashing on our sides, and it creates a nice shingle effect, so nothing, no water can go underneath another piece. It's all over it. And then when the stucco guys come, they just put what's left of their paper over that. So after we've run our sides, the last thing to do is to run our top. Now, we at Homestar, we don't do that. The stucco guys prefer to do that behind us, because what they actually do is they put a drip cap above the window, which is an extra layer of protection from water, and then they run the flashing, like the sides and bottom, over the top. And TJ Construction is the only company that we know of, which is why we use them, that will add this extra layer of protection, this drip cap. And it's extremely important because stucco is porous, and I've seen a lot of water damage over the years, and that drip cap is almost kind of like the cherry on top, and it's extremely important for future water protection.